Good evening. Today is Thursday, August 15th, and this is the monthly Zoom meeting of the ASCA Board of Directors. In attendance tonight, we have Rick Gann, Donna Sims, Ann McCabe, Jody McClellan, Jillian Ward, David Clayton, Jan Weeson, our incoming Board of Directors members, Diana Williams and Tanya Johnson, myself, Susan Byrne, and our Executive Secretary, Kala Jaco. We are ready for the July 2024 Treasurer's Report, and Jody McClellan, our treasurer, will handle that.
Good evening. I'm going to start off with the balances of our accounts like normal. Currently, as of last night, our checking account balance was $172,226. Savings was $79,452. AEMD was $13,211, and the foundation account was $42,522. A couple of things I want to bring up on this month's P&L. Sorry, just finding my notes. We had building repairs of $1,004 in the month of July, and that was, guess you guys got a little bit of rain down there with the hurricane and everything, and so the roof leaked, and so they fixed a couple places with the roof leaking and also added a downspout because there just wasn't enough, it wasn't handling the rain, so that came out to $1,004. We also had some employee training for 161. Jamie was involved in that in a webinar. Wanted to mention a couple of things about my budget sheet. For 2024, our total expenses for the election were $2,896 compared to the $11,000 that was spent in 2023. So it looks like the online voting was not only successful, but we saved over $8,000 in the process. That also brings me to the professionals fee budget category that we have. As of July, we've gone over the budgeted amount. We've talked about that in the past. I did correct a budget issue in regards to the insurance, both the business insurance and the employee health insurance. We had it wrong in our budget, so I switched those out, and so those are good now, which means that we really are only looking at the computer budget as being, and the professional fee as being in jeopardy of going over for the year. If we switch to the year-to-date comparison, currently we are 31% below the net income for the same time as last year. On the income side, we are falling short on the Aussie Time subscriptions, which is to be expected, but also with overall membership. But we are bringing in more income for registry services compared to 2023, which is exciting. But on the expense side, our expenses are surpassing 2023 for insurance, professional fees, and payroll. Sorry, just looking at my notes. You may have noticed on the P&L that there is an additional, there's additional category listed for dividend income. This is because the Vanguard accounts have been successfully started, and I transferred $50,000 from our savings account to the matching account at Vanguard on July 25th. And for the month of July, we earned $50 of interest. So that will now be showing up on the P&L under dividend income. I did this one transfer to make sure everything went smoothly. Now that it seems to be working, we voted on this last fall, and it's taken that long. I'm going to move over the other accounts that we talked about and voted on, the foundation, as well as AEMD and some of our savings. Sorry, And I can, when I talk to Sarah and get all the numbers, I'll send an email out to the board letting know those balances that'll be switched. As I've mentioned before, the funds held at Vanguard will be sitting in the money market, currently earning 5.27%. The Fed will probably reduce interest rates by a quarter point in September. That's what it's being projected, which means the interest rate for the accounts will also decrease. The good part is that this rate is still much better than the rates we can get for a CD at this point. However, there will come a point where we may have to switch over to CDs or even look at possible mutual fund investments to get sufficient income. Finally, 2023 numbers are done, and I hope to have a report for you next month. What that means is that taxes, our deadline is November 15th, so they will be done for that. And we're also looking at completing the audit for the 2023 fiscal year. Just a reminder that an audit will be completed for 2023 and then not again until 2026 for the 2025 fiscal year. That's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Jody, I have a couple. This is Diana.
Sure.
Only because I like your spreadsheets a lot, and only because I'm new and these questions have probably long been asked many times before me. But couple questions, and the agent employer of record for 3905, is that our registered agent for the corporation? Or what is
I'm sorry,
that?
what are you looking at, Diana? I don't know what you're looking at.
Under professional fees, you have agent employer of record under the profit and loss year to date.
Year to date.
Yeah.
Year to date. Sorry, I just want to.
I'm sorry, I'm on the year to date, and there's
Okay.
a line item under the total professional fees of agent employer of record. And I'm wondering if that's the registered agent.
Well, I'm sorry, oh, that is the QuickBooks category number.
Yes, but you're right, Diana, that is our registered agent.
Our
Sorry.
registered agent charges us almost $4,000 a year to accept.
No, that's a
legal papers.
combination. It's got to be a combination of professional fees altogether, right?
No, the professional fees altogether is $34,943. So this is just a line item for agent employer of record.
I think
Oh.
that's
That's
the programmer,
I think that could be a misentry.
yeah, look in the chat and see what Cal is saying, because I can't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, Veronica?
Yeah. Let's please to remember, no names are to be used in open session, please.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought that was
Yeah,
a company name.
That's for the international
Program.
agent fee
Okay,
for our programmer.
okay.
I'm going
then-
with that, Diana. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to find the corresponding in
That's
the.
okay. And sometime probably you and I just ought to chat offline so that I understand how things
Yep,
are
yeah.
categorized. So
Yep.
that way I don't waste everyone's time.
So
Because
Diana,
that's,
it's Jill. We have our computer programmer is overseas, and in order to be able to pay them, there is a third-party agent that is required, and that is the fee that they charge, that they assess on top of the wage.
Okay.
yes. And also on Diana, on my spreadsheet, you can see it under computer labor, the budget spreadsheet.
Mhm.
And that is in fact for our programmer, and sorry, it's coming together. That is the professional fee that we have
Got
to
it.
pay.
Okay, all right. Just the way it was worded, it led me down a different path is all.
Yes.
And then the other question is who shops our insurance on an annual basis? Does anyone shop that, or they just renew it and pay it? Does it get shopped around?
So we updated, no, I'm sorry, not me, Rick updated, the board last year updated insurance in 2023. And then Sarah also reviews, the insurance policy as well.
Okay. 'Cause it
Along
looked
with
like-
the agent. We previously used a
Yes.
broker to procure all of our insurance. And of course, as Jody said, we had some changes last year, which have been very beneficial on the financial end of that.
Okay, okay. And then the other question is, and I think Rick touched on this, and Jill may be able to answer this. From last month, I meant to ask it, and I didn't ask it. Are we collecting the credit card fees when someone uses a credit card to charge?
Okay,
Any-
so in answer to that question, this is a really large topic, but in
Yeah.
answer to the question right now in the state of Texas, it is not legal to pass through merchant fees to the consumer. There is an entire process that
Nope.
we will need to undergo, and it's very lengthy. It is on our list of things to do, but we really need to address the fee situation first. And it is a very lengthy process. Right
Okay,
now, the other thing that is holding us back is our inability to, we have some programming issues as it relates to fees. So
Okay.
we are unable right now to program that in. So it's on our to-do list, which is quite lengthy, but we will get to it. And I'm hoping that we can begin the process January 1st, 2025 with the help of our attorney, but I can fill you in on that more. I owe the board an update on that in the next 30 days anyway.
okay, perfect. And then Jody, the last question for now is, on our various bank accounts we have with the balance that we're running, are they charging us a monthly maintenance fee on any of those?
Yeah, under the bank service charges so
I
far
saw
this
that and
year-
I'm wondering
yeah.
why they're charging us a fee. Usually when you're over like 25,000 or something, they'll waive that.
I agree with you. That's the Chase account. That is the fee they've been charging. I'm happy to dig into it deeper to figure out why, because we have enough accounts with them that should go, and Susan might be able to help.
It's small potatoes, but it doesn't
But
hurt
it's
to ask, and all these little asks may add up in the end.
I completely agree. Happy to ask.
Okay, that was all. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
great,
you.
Thank you. Okay, Tanya, your hand is still up and I'm not sure if that was from before, if you had something else you wanted to say or ask. Okay. that
Nope,
answers
nothing further to add.
that. Okay, Jan.
I just have one request, and since most have not been on the board before, when I was treasurer, we used to have meetings on the second week. And it was a request to the board, and this is my request, that we have the financials the week before. And that is why we moved the meeting to the third week. So if we could please encourage getting the actual finances on the second week, I would really appreciate it. So we have more time to go through it before this meeting.
This is something
Um,
that has been requested. This bookkeeper, we are not this bookkeeper's sole client. It has been reminded multiple times. Again, we are not the sole client, and I'm not quite sure that we really want to terminate this individual because I do strongly approve of the job that's being done. And if I'm sorry, I wish I had more control over it, but I don't. So
Well,
we
as
will
long as you're
address it
asking,
again.
that's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
I just,
Yeah, we have
asking
been,
it.
it's been discussed multiple times.
okay,
Jan,
and then,
Jan, sorry, just to let you know, I have sent a message to the bookkeeper, letting them know in particular about October and our deadline because of nationals and meeting. So I have made him aware of that.
okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jan. Thank you,
And
Jan.
I still feel that we are in financial tricky zone, and I believe the board, even if it's not in the policy, needs to know all the financial decisions that are being made. because I really appreciate that Deanna has spotted a couple things, because I would like to be really looking at all this accounting to make sure that we're not having extra expenses that we're missing in this process. So I think we're still a long ways from being over this crisis. And so some of my requests of more information is just basically that we really need to be on top of this and having everybody look at it. Thanks.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, this is my comment for Jillian saying that it's illegal in Texas. I live in Texas, and I'm discussing talking about the credit card fees charging back. That is incorrect information. I live in Texas. Everybody does it. I don't know. I can go to the taco place down here, and if I use a credit card, I'm getting charged 3%. So it is common practice in Texas, and I don't feel like it would be something these businesses would be doing if it was illegal. I know for a fact that the credit card merchant processors are putting it in where the business doesn't even have to figure anything. They swipe their card, it automatically charges the 3%. Now, if you use a debit card, it does not, but credit card, it will. And the credit card merchants are supporting this, and I think that's wrong information, but that's just my opinion.
I'll be happy to forward the board the dissertation from legal counsel on this for your review, but unfortunately, your statement is wrong.
Go.
Okay, well, you live in California, so you know what happens in Texas. So
No, I actually follow the rules and the law.
Okay, guys, do we have any further questions or concerns or discussion on the financial reports? If not, can I get a motion to approve the treasurer's report as submitted?
I move to approve the report as submitted.
Thank you, Jody. Can I get a second?
I don't think she can she?
Yeah, I think she can.
I don't think you can make a motion to approve.
Haven't I in the past?
I thought you had, you just
Every
can't.
time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Second,
perfect. We have a motion and a
Move forward.
second on the floor for approving the financial treasurer's reports as submitted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions?
Aye.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you, everyone. Motion carries. Okay, we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the system liaison report. David Clayton.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I had talked with, why is it doing this? I had talked with, I'm having some technical problems. Oh gosh. Sorry, this thing didn't work. What? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, you can. Okay. That's good. There are a couple new things that they've been working on that they're coming to bring to testing. And so those things will enable us to, it's the first start of doing some more credit card things. So they're going to be doing some testing on that. So that's the newest.
Is that, did you have anything else, David?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. You just please keep us posted on that. That would be amazing. Okay, Jan Weeson, you would like to discuss the dates for the spring meeting?
I just suggested to the group if we could make it all during the week. So either a travel day on Monday, start Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fly home Friday, or some version of that. I don't really care. But we are kind of taking in a Saturday that sometimes it actually increases the cost of the flight. And we always have to meet in a hotel because the office is closed. gives us more days at the office instead of at a hotel. So I'm just bringing it up that how that would work for everybody, if that's a hardship. Normally Saturday has been a half day, so whatever the last day would be a half day. So I'm suggesting Tuesday or Wednesday start and leave Thursday or Friday. I didn't hear comments on, some people liked that idea and some didn't, so I don't know what the group feels. Yeah, I
Right.
can do a motion, but I'd rather know what people would like to do.
My only concern is that we do have people that are still employed. And that's not going to work for everyone. It's not really fair to ask them to take extra days off. So that would be my first thought. I understand that weekends may not always be conducive to everyone as well. So, if you would like to make a motion, I'm happy to entertain that. And if you guys are not feeling it, we always have the option, and I'm not trying to lead, but the motion will need a second before it can be further discussed.
I make a motion that we start our meetings on the Wednesday and go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's the half day. And I don't have the dates up in front of me, but it is the beginning of April.
Is it the first week, April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th?
I'm bringing up my calendar.
Yes, that would be the correct
If
date.
we would change it from the second to the second, third, and fourth.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second Jan's motion for discussion purposes.
Thank you, Rick. Okay, we have a motion on the floor and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion?
I have just a quick comment to make that before it was Thursday, Friday, half day, Saturday. So now she's saying Wednesday. So it's really only 1 day difference. Note that I should comment that it doesn't affect me, that even though I am employed, this happens to be worked or out during my spring break. But that is only 1 day difference. It's not like we're doing it Monday through Wednesday where it's additional weekdays. Just want to make people aware of that.
Thank you, Ann. Jody?
I know that I'm not gonna be at the spring meeting, so it doesn't affect me, but I do work. I know there's other people that work, and that's an extra day off when we also have to be at nationals. And I know that that would be too much for my employer, and I'm sure it would be too much for other people as well.
Yeah, Jerry.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Jody. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, David, I'm one of the people that's still working, so that could affect me. So I don't know that I can do that.
Thank you. Okay, if we have no further discussion, I'd like to call for the vote. The motion on the floor is to set the spring meeting dates to be April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, a Wednesday through a Friday. Motion was made by Jan and seconded by Rick. All those in favor?
I
All those opposed?
Aye.
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 4. Any abstentions?
Rick, because it won't affect me.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I voted opposed. Can I just, okay, so in favor, I have Ann and Jan, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
And opposed, I have David, Susan, Jillian. Donna?
correct.
Okay, good. I was not sure. Okay, so the motion fails.
thanks,
right.
everybody. It was just an idea.
That's great. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being willing to bring it forward.
So
Okay.
just for clarity, are we sticking then with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th?
I don't know that,
I mean, do we have a date? Could we
I don't
try
think
and do
so.
that? Is it possible?
That is the dates that was given to me.
3, 4, 5 of April. Is that correct, Calla?
Yeah, those are the dates Kala sent.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay,
So we don't
It's-
really have to make a motion, do we?
no, we're already
If
done.
we're already there?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
believe that's correct.
okay.
Okay, that brings us to the last item on the agenda, and that would be the ratification of last month's email business, and any director may make that motion.
I'll make the motion to ratify the
Okay.
minutes of
You will email, yep. Okay,
email.
I have a motion on the floor from Jillian to ratify the email business motions from the month of July. Is there a second?
This is Jan. I'll second it.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jill. Okay, all those in favor of accepting all of the email business from the month of July of 2024?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for your time tonight and your tenacity. Thank you, members, for listening to our monthly board meeting. And as always, if you have concerns, please feel free to reach out to your board of directors. And at that point, I would like to call for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jan. All right, we've got them all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening, and all of you take care. Thank you.
Night.
Good night.
Aye.
Good night. Aye.